Hello everyone, today we need to examine the story that has changed the entire temperature around Park Shin-hye's career in 2026. The confirmation that she's expecting her second child with Choi Joon. This is not just a warm family update tucked into entertainment news. It arrived at a very specific career moment, after she had already re-entered the drama conversation through Dr. Slump and The Judge from Hell, and while audiences were still debating what her next long-term move should be. On April 14, 2026, Salt Entertainment confirmed that Park Shin-hye was pregnant and due around autumn 2026, with Korean and international outlets noting that she and Choi Joon married in January 2022 and welcomed their first son in May of that year. What makes the news especially important is that it disrupts a simplistic career narrative. If Park Shin-hye had disappeared after marriage, the story would be easy to frame as a star choosing family over screen work, but that is not what happened. She returned with Dr. Slump, a drama that dealt directly with burnout and emotional collapse, then took a much sharper turn with The Judge from Hell, where she played a judge possessed by a demon and publicly stepped away from her long-standing sweet romance image. In other words, the second pregnancy came after she had already proved that motherhood had not ended her relevance, and that makes the announcement feel less like a closing chapter and more like a pause inside an active reinvention. The fan response reflects that tension. Many viewers reacted with genuine happiness because Park Shin-hye and Choi Joon are seen as one of the steadiest celebrity couples in Korean entertainment, especially because their relationship has never depended on constant publicity or public couple branding. But alongside the congratulations, there was also a practical anxiety. What happens now to the momentum she built through her recent work? And how might this affect any possible continuation of The Judge from Hell, especially after Season 2 reports began circulating in 2025? That is not a selfish reaction, as much as it is proof that audiences are deeply invested in her next professional move. There is also a bigger industry question underneath all of this. Korean actresses have historically had to navigate marriage and childbirth more carefully than male actors navigate fatherhood, because the industry often changes the way it imagines women after they become wives and mothers. Park Shin-hye now stands inside that pressure zone with unusual leverage. She has name recognition, international fans, a long filmography, a stable reputation, recent genre experimentation, and a public image that has not been damaged by scandal. That combination gives her more room than many actresses would have, but it also makes every next role symbolically heavier, because people will read it not only as a casting choice, but as evidence of what is possible for actresses after family life becomes public. So the real question is not whether Park Shin-hye can come back again. She has already answered that once. The more interesting question is whether the industry will allow her next return to be as bold as her last one, or whether producers will try to soften her image because motherhood makes them imagine her differently. When she returns after welcoming her second child, the role she chooses may tell us more about the future of Korean actresses than any official statement ever could.